What's going on, YouTube? This past weekend, I went 7-1 to place 7th in the online treasure cup. This is my best placement so far in a major tournament, and I am just still in disbelief and shock that I was able to get top 8. It was an incredible run, but not without any misplays and hiccups. And so that's why it's even crazier that I was able to place so well. I was playing none other than Lucci, utilizing the deck list created by Vespa from Thailand, and that was popularized by Noel. So let's go over the cards in the deck and some of the general basics of it. All right, so here we are with the list. As you guys can see, I am running 2 Surus for my weenie cost reducer characters, but there are no Helmeppos in this deck. So already starting off a little bit different, and you guys might be kind of second guessing it or already writing it off, but you know, hear us out here. All right, Helmeppos, as Vespa has said before, he just doesn't feel like it's good when it comes to this stageless build. Yes, that is correct. You also heard that right. There is no stage in this build. And so the math, the numbers, along with Helmeppo, just don't really work out as well. And so we have Surus instead, and 2 of them. We also have 3 Rebeccas, not 4, but only 3. 4 Spandams for our searchers. 2 Spandines, which I feel like is normal. Some people might run 1, some people might run 3, but I feel like 2 is pretty solid. It's like a nice sweet spot right there, so you don't hit it too often, because sometimes you don't really, or you aren't able to really use Spandine because of what's in your trash. And so 2, I feel like is pretty good right there. We have 3 Khalifas. I know a ton of people are running 4 Khalifas, but after playing this deck some more, 3 Khalifas is really nice because we do tech in 3 of the 4 cost Kakus, which you see right here, making it 6 4 cost 2k counters, and then of course our 2 Surus right there, making it 8 2k counters in the deck. Next up, we have the MVP of the deck, which people I feel like are writing off. There's a lot of people who aren't really considering this in the decks. They're completely taking them out or only running maybe 1, 2 of maybe. And that's going to be Boris, man. He's the star of the show right here. He really gets the job done against so many different matchups when you're able to play him on your 4-5 Dawn turn right there. After that, of course, we have our 4 Luccis. This is going to be our KO'er, and such a strong card when it comes to the majority of matchups. And I have seen some people opting for 3 of him and instead throwing in some other KO'ers like Finger Pistol or some other techs like that. Of course, other decks run the 3 cost Brooks, but in this case, we just love Lucci so much, and it's going to be sticking as a 4 of. Next up is going to be a card that some people completely have taken out of their deck or have minimized significantly, and even I did, honestly. There was the previous deck that I had showcased on YouTube before the video got taken down, had no 5 cost Kakus, and I felt like it just wasn't that great. But in this deck list, it has come in handy so many times, and of course, being a 1k counter, just having a little bit more counter in the deck is amazing. We have opted to keep in 2 of the 5 cost Sabos still. This is an incredible card to really protect your field in certain matchups, but honestly, for only that 1 turn, it doesn't come in handy as much as it would for Boris right here. And so that's why we run 4 Borses over like 4 Sabos, for example. Another card that I would consider as an MVP in this deck, along with the Golden Boy, is going to be the 6 cost Baruchs, which I think some people might be surprised about. They might think, oh, it's going to be Moria, Lucci. Yeah, those are classic cards that in the deck make it very strong, but we are really trying to play on that 4 and 6 Dawn turn and make it a lot stronger in order to set up the plays later on and make it harder on our opponents so that they aren't able to do what they want to. 4 cost Boris on curve allows you to start swinging with him earlier on, and people want to start targeting him, or if they don't, he remains a threat on the board. And then the 6 cost Brook on the curve as well gets rid of any of their characters that are going to be 5 costs and below, which includes Sabo if you're playing in the Black Mirror against Lucci or Moria, where they play the Sabo on their 5 Dawn turn or even 6 Dawn turn, and then you can play the Brook following up afterwards. And so while you are able to kind of protect your board there, make it unKOable with Sabos, this Brook really gets rid of it, or is able to get rid of any other card on the field pretty much. Salt Brooks is a great card, and that's why we run 4 of it, even if there is no counter on the card. We then have 2 Ishos. I feel like this card is just so amazing in a slower format. in this meta that we're currently playing in. And so stripping cards, also having that constant cost reduction if it's able to stick on the field, is just incredible. 4 Morias, that's a given. And then we have 2 Sabos right here, no Stussies. I have considered running 1 Stussi, 1 Sabo, but against Red Purple Law, the Sabo is just incredible. Against Mirror as well, if you aren't able to see Moria, you can use Sabo to remove 2 bodies still and potentially increase your trash by getting rid of like a dead card in your hand. And so that's why I see the value in the 8 cost Sabo right here. We do have another card here that is able to filter out dead cards from our hand or potentially increase that trash count for CP. That's going to be 6 King Pistol. Incredible card. A lot of people don't see it coming at all. That plus 3k is amazing, and in a way kind of makes up for having 4 Brooks that have no counter at all. Now, as you guys had heard at the beginning of the video, there is no stage in this deck build, and so Ice Age is going to be an incredible card to have right there. And so there's 2 of them, and then 4 Tempest Kicks, and so that's going to be our 6 cost reducing events right there. And so overall, incredible deck, and I had such a fun time using it in the tournament. So big shout out to Vespa and big shout out to Noel right there. And so for those wondering about my matchups, here they are. Round 1, I faced Anel. Round 2, Lucci. Then Whitebeard, Red Purple Law, Bonnie, Moria, Black Yellow Luffy, Bonnie, Moria, and then Red Purple Law. It was a crazy day full of a lot of meta decks, a lot of decks that are in that tier 2 and above. And so great players all around. And so I never got like a weird matchup like a Croc or anything like that. Really surprised though that I didn't encounter any Namis, but I guess that's just the RNG of the day. My one loss was to Lucci in round 2, which is potentially why my placing was a little bit lower than I would have liked, but it's all good. In that Lucci match, ended up not really seeing what I needed. Didn't see the Boris, didn't see the Brook on curve. And so he was really able to build up a board and I wasn't able to deal with it. But other than that, the other matchups, while some of them were a little bit scuffed, I was able to pivot and come out on top. And I think that's something that I've been able to do better recently. Not well yet, but better than before, is being able to pivot and adapt and adjust, because this is a deck list that I had picked up just recently. It was like a couple days before the tournament that I picked up the stageless build and gave it a try and really tried to stick with it. And so overall, super proud of my placing right here, but it is just the beginning. Next up, we're going to keep on trying to top, and we got to get that Nats qualification, which is going to be actually this week in Pasadena. So I will be live streaming there. You guys can check out the live streams on Twitch. But I just got to say thank you so much to everybody who has been supporting along this journey so far, from all the locals here in Washington who have helped me at any point in time, who have played against me, given me tips, or just been there to cheer me on. Thank you so much. And as well as from everybody online, from the live stream chat to the people on the YouTube comments. Yep, you out there watching this YouTube video, thank you. To all the haters out there, all right? To everybody talking shit, I'm going to keep on yapping, all right? So you best believe that you'll be seeing more videos of me yapping in the future. And there have been some people asking me about coaching, maybe help on what to do with Lucci in certain matchups. At the end of the day, I will not be coaching, but there is one person that I do recommend highly to get coaching from, even though I might not be his student, but he is a good friend of mine. You guys know him on the channel, and it's going to be Noel. So the link is going to be right up here or down below. Sign up for that coaching today. Level up, step your game up, top, and start winning some more. But as always, I hope that you guys do well. Good luck in your guys' games. Stay winning, and I'll see you guys in the next one, where I will be showcasing off games from my run in the Treasure Cup. So there's going to be a bunch of different games in different videos there. And so, yeah, I'll catch you guys later.